Hi everyone, I'm Praful. I lead product here at Shiprocket. Been working in the product domain for close to 12 years now. I want to talk about a little bit about product market fit, and before we get to that, I think it's important to really define or understand what is product market fit. And while there are a lot of definitions available in the public domain, the one that I like the most or I can relate to most is by Mark Andreessen, who defines product market fit a little bit more qualitatively and subjectively compared to the quantitative ones like an NPS or a growth lever or month-on-month CAGR. He says that you can feel product market fit when it's actually happening, which means customers are coming in at the door. You can't produce products fast enough to fulfill the demand. There's a lot of positive feedback floating back from customers. Teams are generally happy. Investors are lining up at your door to give you more and more money. And all of these seems to be connecting to say, hey, we really found something that has need in the market, versus you're not getting enough customers. Churn is happening along the way where you're losing customers every day or every week. And the team is also frustrated with not having to deal with ample growth. This is where you can really figure out if product market fit is happening for your organization, for your product. The way to approach or figure out how to find product market fit, I personally am a big fan of using first principles here, which means can you really approach this by understanding if you figured out the customer need or demand here, which means rather than over investing from step one, can you take a really step back and just look at it a very first principle approach where you say, hey, can I validate if I have enough evidence to say I should be investing in this particular area? So let's take an example. Let's say I'm an entrepreneur who's just starting to make customized nightwear for kids, right? One approach is that you could go in the market and you can have build big manufacturing setup where you could start getting a lot of products, build a fancy website, start doing a lot of money, not just on marketing, not just offline, but online as well. And then really figure out, if customers are biting into the product that you really want. The other approach, which I would suggest an approach is, can you do it really, really step by step? Where you could start with actually introducing this concepts to your friends and families. Maybe hand over a few handmade custom nightwear to some of the kids that you know through your friends. Get some feedback from them. Go and participate in a small offline fair or show where you can put up a small stall with even just 100 pieces or 50 pieces to see what kind of feedback are you getting. Go and talk to your consumers once they've used the product and get that feedback to refine it further. What this does, it really gives you first-hand feedback of whether there is a clear need of the product that you're selling in the market upfront, versus you having to spend all the investment and time over a period of time and then come back and say, hey, looks like this is not working out in the market. So this net results in 2 or 3 things for you. One, the speed to market for you to get a product that has product market fit is actually much faster versus you going through the cycle of trying out something in a larger format and then coming back almost from step one. The second is you spend a lot less money in doing this. If you're approaching it in a very step-by-step first principle manner, you validate and you throw off ideas much early in the cycle versus investing a lot of time and money there. And the third is you learn over a period of time. So over a period of time, you also get better at understanding what fits, so your success rate improves and your failure rate comes down. And that is how I would define getting to product market fit for your product. Speaking of the importance of user experience, and by user I mean the customer that you're serving, is super key to succeeding in the hyper-competitive market that we have right now. And I would break that out almost into 2 areas. One is the digital experience that you're offering your customers, and second is the offline on-the-ground experience that you're offering to your users. Both are essential to delivering and scaling products fast, becoming a differentiator in the market, and becoming a success overall. Gone are the days where having just a choppy website that is very, very functional, running information just available, a black box packaging coming to you with tapes all over would work in the market. User experience has reached a next level now across different brands and industries. And what I would urge here for entrepreneurs, business builders is to really look at this with a very keen eye for detail. Almost put yourselves in the customer's shoes and imagine what would wow you. what would be a very good differentiator. Let me give you an example. A premium workwear brand, one of the very good D2C brands scaling in India, their experience of actually delivering a product was the first time a couple of years back when I noticed that this experience can also be innovated and done differently. My wife had ordered just a simple dress from there, and what we were expecting was a standard flyer packaging in a transparent poly bag that would come, that we would open and see. Instead, what came, and this is talking about 3 years back from now, was a customized box, black box, looking really, really slick, with a cover, with the label there, and inside tissue paper wrapping along with ribbons. Just the experience of unboxing that product created so much loyalty, brand strength, trust. Obviously, your product needs to live up to that quality, also the primary value proposition that the product is building. But that experience was something that got differentiated in our mind from that point on. Just to add, very small thing like a freebie of a measuring tape came along with it. Like on the face of it, it would seem so simple, right? It's just a measuring tape. But just the fact that spoke a little bit about the brand, because their brand speaks about doing custom measurements for specifically Indian body types. And also it's a very interesting utility item. We still have that measuring tape. Otherwise, you would not, go and just get a measuring tape specifically, but it comes in handy every now and then when you have to measure something really, really small. So that loyalty that got created by just this very small experience, offline experience, adds so much to the brand trust and value that's created. So that is a key point. And if I link that to the online experience, right, your buyers are having extremely deep online experiences as well, whether it's starting off from your marketing channels, then actually coming to a website or a platform where they can discover your products, buy it, completing payments, and actually going downstream to figuring out when this product will reach me and the delivery experience. This experience itself needs to be super, super tight, really, really slick, seamless, where the experience here for the customers also needs to be seamless so that they can actually feel the experience starting really from the online at the first point in time they come in contact with your brand or your product, right to the fact when they come down and experience the product and build the loyalty from there on. And hence, this is a very key part for entrepreneurs to focus on as they build their journeys for both online and offline for the user experiences. As I was talking about the user experience and specifically the online user experience that is super key to building a good customer and a loyal customer base, technology becomes really, really important and probably the key here.